Okay, we are diving into one of the most dramatic family reunions, maybe ever. It's got everything: betrayal, a crazy rise to power, and a revelation that just flips the entire script. So let's get right into it.
I want you to just imagine this for a second. You're standing in front of the brother you sold into slavery decades ago. He's not a slave anymore. Nope. He's now the second most powerful man in the entire world, and your life is completely in his hands. And then he says this. This one sentence, you guys, this is the key to the whole thing.
So what's actually going on in this scene? Well, Joseph has just dropped the bombshell. He's revealed who he is. And his brothers, they are absolutely terrified. I mean, they're expecting revenge, and who could blame them? But Joseph, he does something completely unexpected. He totally reframes what they did, this act of pure, malice.
He basically tells them, look, what you did, that was just one piece of a much, much bigger puzzle. He's saying that he wasn't sent to Egypt because they hated him, but because God had this grand plan, a plan to save them and a whole lot of other people from this terrible famine. It's a mind-blowing act of forgiveness.
Okay, but Joseph doesn't just leave it at that big, profound statement. No way. He pivots, like, immediately. He goes from this deep, philosophical idea straight to logistics. He's got a plan, and time is of the essence. And the plan is simple. Step 1, hurry back to Dad. Step 2, tell him the insane news that I'm basically running Egypt now. Step 3, pack up the entire family and get down here to Goshen. And Step 4, don't worry about a thing. I'll take care of you for the next 5 years of this famine. I mean, notice that. He picks out Goshen, which is like prime real estate. It's not just saying, I forgive you. He's actively setting up their rescue.
All right, so the story on the surface is already incredible. But this is where it gets really juicy. See, ancient commentators, especially the famous scholar Rashi, they looked at this text and said, hold on, there's more here. They believed that almost every single word was hiding a secret. So let's start peeling back those layers, shall we?
I mean, put yourself in their shoes for a second. It's been 22 years. How on earth can you be sure that this guy, this powerful Egyptian ruler, is actually your little brother Joseph? He's going to need to do more than just say it.
And this is the secret handshake, the hidden clue. When Joseph says, "It is indeed I who am speaking to you," Rashi explains the key detail. He said it in Hebrew. In that one instant, the powerful Egyptian official just melts away, and it's just their brother standing there. No Egyptian would know their language, their holy language. It was the ultimate proof, a code that only they could crack.
Okay, so then Joseph says something else that's pretty wild. He claims God made him a father to Pharaoh. I mean, that sounds pretty bold, right? Is he trying to say he's literally Pharaoh's dad? What's that about?
Yeah, not exactly. Rashi clears this up for us. It turns out father to Pharaoh wasn't a family thing. It was an official title. It meant you were a top advisor, a trusted confidant, basically one of the most respected and powerful people in the entire kingdom. So Joseph is giving his brothers a very quick, very clear signal about just how high up he is. And look, this is how deep the commentary gets. It's amazing. Even a simple phrase like, "go up to my father," isn't just a saying. Rashi points out that it's literally true. The land of Israel is geographically higher than Egypt, so every single word is chosen with incredible precision.
All of this is building to what is, for me, the absolute emotional heart of the entire story. After all the explanations and plans, Joseph finally embraces his only full brother, Benjamin. I mean, he hasn't seen this kid since they were boys. It's just so powerful.
He embraced his brother Benjamin around the neck and wept, and Benjamin wept on his neck. You can feel all those decades of pain and separation in that one sentence. Just two brothers holding on to each other after being torn apart. It's pure, raw emotion.
And on the surface, it seems obvious why they're crying, right? Of course they are. They're crying for all the lost years, for the pain they both went through. But what if it's deeper than that? What if their tears weren't just about the past? What if, somehow, they were crying about the future? Get ready for this, because it's absolutely mind-blowing. Rashi's interpretation is that these weren't just tears of personal grief. They were prophetic tears. He says that Joseph was weeping for the 2 future temples, which he foresaw would be built in Benjamin's territory, and he also saw that they would be destroyed. And Benjamin?
He wept for the tabernacle at Shiloh, which would be in Joseph's territory, because he saw that it too was destined for destruction. Suddenly, this personal family reunion explodes into a moment about the entire destiny of a nation.
So it feels like we're heading towards a happy ending, right? The family is going to be saved, the brothers are reunited, and hey, even Pharaoh is pleased with the whole thing. But there is one last secret, one final twist, and it's hidden in plain sight, in an act of kindness from the king himself.
So the news gets to Pharaoh, and he's thrilled. He thinks this is great for Joseph, his right-hand man, and great for Egypt. And because he's so happy, he makes this really generous offer to Joseph's family.
Pharaoh says, "I will give you the best of the land of Egypt, and you shall live off the fat of the land." Sounds great, right? He's rolling out the red carpet, promising them the best of everything. A perfect ending for our story. Or maybe not.
Okay, so first, let's just break down that phrase, the fat of the land. According to Rashi, this is pretty straightforward. The term for fat here just means the best part, the richest, the most excellent part of something. Simple enough.
But this is Rashi we're talking about, and of course he doesn't stop there. He suggests that Pharaoh, in this moment of pure goodwill, actually said something way more important than he ever could have known, that he was making a prophecy without even realizing it. And here it is, the final mind-bending twist. Rashi explains that Pharaoh's promise that they would live off the fat of the land was an unintentional prophecy, because centuries down the road, their descendants, the Israelites, would leave Egypt in the Exodus. And what did they take with them? The best of Egypt, its wealth. So Pharaoh's generous offer to give them the best of the land was actually, unknowingly, a prophecy that they would one day take the best of the land. Wow!
So that's where we'll leave it. A story that starts as a family drama about betrayal and forgiveness turns into something else entirely. It becomes a text where every single word, every tear, every casual promise is just packed with layers of meaning, history, and destiny. And it kind of makes you wonder, right? What happens when you start to think that maybe every word has that kind of potential? What if the things we say every day have meanings and consequences that are hidden, just waiting to be revealed?